The way you talk to yourself is the soundtrack of your life. You may not always be aware of it, but that inner voice, the one that narrates your thoughts, doubts, and hopes, shapes how you see the world and how you see yourself. For some, that voice is a cheerleader, offering encouragement and hope. For others, it's a critic, quick to point out flaws and failures. But here's the truth: you're listening to yourself all day long, and the words you choose become the beliefs you live by. As Louis Hay wrote in You Can Heal Your Life, you have been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. Your mind actually believes what you tell it. The brain doesn't fully distinguish between what's true and what's repeatedly told to it. If you keep saying, I'm not good enough, your mind will collect evidence to prove you right. If you say, I'm capable and learning every day, your mind will always find ways to align with that truth. This is because of a concept in psychology called self fulfilling prophecy. When you expect something about yourself, your actions, often unconsciously, start creating the outcome you expect. In The Power of Positive Thinking, Norman Vincent Peale states, change your thoughts and change your world. Every time you speak to yourself, you're casting a vote for the kind of person you believe you are. If you constantly tell yourself you're lazy, you will act in ways that reinforce that identity inside you. If you speak to yourself as a disciplined, resilient person, you will start living into that role. James Clear in Atomic Habits explained, the most effective way to change your habits is to focus not on what you want to achieve, but on who you wish to become. Your self talk is how you communicate that who to yourself. Most negative self talk comes from old programming, things you have been told, mistakes you have made, or comparisons you have absorbed. You may think you are just being realistic, but often you're simply repeating outdated beliefs. When the inner critic speaks, ask, would I say this to someone I love? If the answer is no, it doesn't deserve space in your mind. Speaking positively to yourself isn't about ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing words that empower you to handle reality better. Instead of saying, I'll never figure this out, you can say, I'm learning and I'll get better with practice. The facts don't change, you do. In self compassion, Dr. Christine Neff writes, with self compassion, we give ourselves the same kindness and care we give to a good friend. And what's the science behind it? Neuroscience shows that positive self talk can lower stress, improve problem solving under pressure, and boost resilience. When you speak encourageously to yourself, you activate brain areas linked to motivation and emotional regulation. Over time, this changes your default mental patterns. Athletes use this all the time. Olympians like Michael Phelps and Serena Williams use affirmations and positive inner dialogue to keep their minds focused and confident during high pressure moments. Small shifts make big impact. If you're used to harsh self talk, start small. Replace I'm so stupid with I made a mistake, but I can fix it. Replace I can do this with I will take it one step at a time. Replace I am a failure with I'm still learning. It might feel strange at first, but remember, your brain has been rehearsing the old script for years. Positive self talk is just learning a better one. The stories you tell yourself create the boundaries of your life. If you tell yourself you're unworthy, you live small. If you tell yourself you're capable, you'll take risks. If you tell yourself you're growing, you'll keep moving forward. As Henry Ford famously said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, You are right. You're right in both ways, because if you believe consciously or unconsciously that you can do something, you can achieve something, you can be the person that you wish to become, you can really be that one. You can really achieve that bigger goal, that bigger picture, that bigger dream of your life. But if you believe deep down that you cannot do this, or this is something that your ancestors have never done, so you could not have been doing in the later life or the present life, you would never be able to do this, and this is out of your league, and this is something that you could not achieve, or something that you cannot become, and something to just not dream about, or something to not, you just don't deserve something like that, then you're right too. You just won't be able to do that, because your brain works on what you believe in. If you believe in the rightness of yourself, if you believe in the confidence that you have ingrained in yourself, then there's nothing that you cannot achieve in this life. There's nothing that you cannot dream about. There's nothing that you cannot put your mind to and not achieve it. You may not control every circumstance in your life, but you always control the way you speak to yourself about it. So speak words that make you stronger, not smaller. Speak like you believe in your own potential, because that voice in your head, you're going to hear it for the rest of your life. So make sure it's a voice worth listening to. I'm not talking about your parents' voice. I'm not talking about your friend's voice. I'm not talking about your spouse voice. I'm not talking about your siblings' voice. I'm not talking about your children's voice. I'm talking about your voice. Find that voice. if you have if you have just buried that voice somewhere deep, find that voice there, because that voice needs you, and you need that voice to become the person you wish to become, for the life you want to live. And there is no bigger regret than living the life that you never wanted to live, and regretting it, and on your that you had the chance, you had the opportunities, you had the resources, but you just had not the confidence that was needed in that very moment to step up your game. So find that voice.